Niggas slept on me. Them niggas slept on me. I could not get no sleep. I had to hustle in these streets. Them niggas slept on me.
I do this shit for you,
Them
mom.
niggas slept on me. Them
Rest
niggas
peace.
slept on me.
Christian Alicia Well.
Them niggas slept on me.
Them niggas that slept on me. Them niggas that slept on me. Ain't wanna see me make it, so I just went left on them. Them niggas that slept on me. Them niggas that slept on me. Body told me just keep on working, they go left on them. I do this shit for my mama. My sister ain't got no daddy. I hold that rock for my family every day. I swear I'm gambling. I do this shit for my daughter. I do this shit for my son. Can't fall, can't stumble, nigga. Gotta be number one. Long nights I had it hard. Right down that boulevard. I lost my brother and my mother, so you know.
Welcome. I am Trucker CB, and I appreciate you guys for tuning in. Okay, I want to start this off by saying I appreciate the new subscribers. We're up to, I think, 17. Could be 17 to 20, one of those, but to me, that's a big deal. Like I told you guys in the previous video, I'm thinking about doing a giveaway. I don't know of what sort yet, but we're going to do a giveaway. I had a question from one of the new subscribers about what kind of truck driver am I? Like, am I a tanker? Am I a flatbedder? Am I a dry vanner? Or if I'm a reefer driver? To answer that question, I am a reefer driver. It's not like I was set out to do that. It's just something that happens. I don't think anybody in the game, or a lot of people in the game, they say, oh, I want to do this, unless they're flatbed. I can honestly say a lot of people that go do flatbeds because they have a passion for it. But with dry van and reefers, I don't think that that's something that, I think it's just about the company you go to, more so than it is what kind of driver you want to be. Unless it's flatbed or tanker, I think. Dry van and reefers really don't. It's just one of those, it's a hit and miss thing. For what I know, from what I know. So that's just to answer that question before we get started. The topic of this video is the things you will need to bring when you become a local truck driver. Keep in mind, not all these things are in order. If not, none of them are in order. They're very important though. In order for you to be successful or to do your job to the best of your ability, most of these things are very, very important. Cannot stress that out. Over the years, there's been videos on OTR about what to bring. So this is the local edition for you people that are local or people that's trying to get to local. If you're wondering what you need, this video is for you. All right, so first thing on the list that I would say, make sure you purchase a clipboard, preferably a hardback, and one that you can open and close. The reason for that is you're going to be doing a lot of paperwork. And when you're dealing with shippers, you want to be a little professional also. And it's just something that goes with the job. Everybody that's driving local needs to have a clipboard. And the reason for the one to open and close is that when the weather gets bad, you don't damage your paperwork. And you can keep your ink pens, your calculator, things of that sort inside your clipboard. So make sure you have a clipboard, hardback clipboard. Which brings me to my next one. Actually, I just moved the camera up here. Always make sure you have at least 3 ink pens. Trucker CB, why do you need ink pens? If you're really asking that question, then you need to find another field, career field to be in. No, all BS aside, you need your ink pens. At least 3. For backup, you need 2 or 3 ink pens. And the reason for that is you're gonna find out that people like to steal ink pens. It's kind of like lighters. For you people that smoke cigarettes, you know what I mean. people would snatch your lighter, and not only that, they would snatch your ink pen. So if you like to have fancy ink pens, hey, you better keep an eye on them or keep a backup, because they will take them. Take it from me. Over the years, I can't count on my fingers how many ink pens I've got stolen or the ink pens that I lost. And you will find sometimes if you clip them on your pockets up top, they'll fall through the dock. So make sure you just keep them in your truck. I like to keep them up there. And I think now they have it to where they have something that you can buy at the truck stop that actually, it's like an item that you can put your ink pens in and hang them up in your truck. So they're catching on to what's going on out here. Okay, for the next item, make sure you have a day planner. That has a calculator. One that has a calendar. This one's a little fancy. I have the little slot for the ink pens, and the one that you can put your credit cards and your CDL and all that. It's just something to have so you can be more organized, because being local, it's hard to be organized. So make sure you keep that. Oh, before I forget, make sure you go out and buy you paper logs, because you're always required to carry paper logs on you. I don't know if you guys knew that, but just before we move to the next one, I thought I'll point that out to you guys. Make sure you buy a paper log. Next thing on the list, a pair of gloves. I always buy the green ones that match my safety vest. It doesn't have to be green though. You can buy whatever color you like. I just rock the green. Very important, because you're going to be dealing with boxes and packages all day. You're going to be using your dolly. You're going to be lifting the doors a lot. You're going to be doing your little walk board, because there's a walk board on the back of the trucks locally. You can pull it out, and you got to, deal with the walk board. So these are very important. Sunglasses are also important. I do a lot of night driving out here when the sun comes up. Very low visibility, so I always make sure I got a nice pair of sunglasses. Next thing on the list, you're going to need a flashlight. These are very important for pre-trips. If you're doing anything up under the hood, you're filling up the, let's just say the windshield washer reservoir, it's good to just hold up there so you can see what you're doing. Very important for your pre-trips. You're also going to need a nice little broom and dustpan. In my case, I smoke a lot, so from time to time I get ashes on the floor. Not a big deal. I just sweep it up at the end of the day. If you're splitting seats with people, you're always going to want your bag of goodies. That way you can clean up when you get in the truck or when you get out the truck. Not like a lot of people follow that rule. People leave these trucks a mess. That's why you're going to carry this. Next thing on the list, Lysol wipes. Now, the brand doesn't matter. I just like to use Lysol, because if you use Clorox, you don't want to be cleaning the seats with Clorox wipes. So I just make sure I grab the Lysol, kill 99% of the germs. Hey, we all right. And I know a lot of people do split seats. I don't split seats with anybody, but I still wipe my truck down at least once or twice, or 2 or 3 times a week. These trucks get dirty real fast. You'll see how fast dust accumulates once you start driving. So very important. Okay, so locally, we're out here in all the weather, snow, summertime, whatever, rain. So make sure you bring you a towel. This is good for wiping things up. Me, myself, I have a few towels laying around. And the snow, I keep a towel, that way I can wipe the bottom of where your feet are, by your gas pedal and stuff. You don't want your foot to be slipping off the gas pedal and stuff. And you want to wipe up like say if you spill a drink or something, you want to be able to have one that you clean up with, but one that, in the summertime you can wipe your sweat off with. Now, I tried to do it with my shirt. Doesn't mix with dirt being on your shirt. You wiping it on your face, you're going to be spreading germs and all that. So make sure you have at least 2 different towels you can use, one for cleaning and one for yourself. While we're on the topic of sanitation, Make sure you grab, now everything is Lysol. Me, I like the smell of Lysol, it just smells fresh. But make sure you have some air freshener. I know myself, I smoke, like I say. I like to spray it down. Even if I didn't smoke, I would still use this. So this is very important. Nothing but a couple dollars. And keep in mind, a lot of these items you can buy at the truck stop. I know TA, everything that I had in this video so far, you can buy at TA truck stops. So you just find you a local TA somewhere. You go in there. You're going to need about $75 will get you started on the things that you're going to need. And while you're at it, this isn't from TA, this is from Love's Truck Stop, but this is one of the better ones. Make sure you buy you a nice size cup. You can fill it up with water. If you're a water fanatic and you like to stay healthy and hydrated, make sure you get the one with the wheel on the bottom, with the tire and the rim, because this one helps it from spilling. You know, while you're driving, you're hitting bumps, going down mountains. I have never spilled this cup in this truck ever, because that rubber on the bottom stops it from moving. So I can drive 300 miles and that cup is going to be in the same place, the same spot that I left it when I got in the truck. Unbelievable. Yeah, so I think, make sure you have steel-toe boots. I can't believe I forgot about that. Steel-toe boots are very much required for a truck driver, but I didn't want to make the list without saying it, so make sure you have steel-toe boots. Now, they don't have to be that fancy, you know what I mean? But, you know, just make sure you have some, you know. Those ran me about $150 to $200, I think. It has the MetaGuard on there just for extra protection and all that. So, but for the most part, your company is going to provide some of these things for you. So make sure, you know, you're checking off your list. And if you haven't already did it, make sure you're marking these things down. That way, once you go to your first company locally, you will see and you will be able to get what you need for the job. Just like requirements, you're going to be required to have safety vests. This is the one that my job provided for me, but I also went to Walmart, and I think they were about $17 to $20 a piece. I went out and bought 3 more. I keep one in my work truck, I keep one in my pickup truck, and I keep 2 at the crib just for backup. When you go to these shippers like Ron Hart, American Foods, whatever, you know, whatever warehouse, big distribution center, you're going to need a safety vest. You cannot walk the floor without one. And some of them have it to where you can check one out while you're there, but you're going to have to return it once you leave. So why not just go ahead and buy your own? So that's that. Another thing that I found out to be very necessary is making sure you buy a watch. I bought this from Walmart, $20 watch once again. It has the time, the date, and the day of the week. It glows up in the dark, nothing special, nothing fancy, just a $20 watch. You're going to need it to stay on time with your shippers and deliveries. So make sure you carry that at all times. Make sure you have one. Make sure you bring an extra phone charger, or just bring a phone charger in general. That way, I'll tell you something real quick, briefly. I went out to Nebraska yesterday. Luckily, I had my charger with me because my phone didn't charge throughout the night. So I got in the truck, found out my phone was dying. I hooked my charger up, got some juice. Now my E-log, the GPS went out of it, so I had to use my phone for the GPS. Normally I wouldn't have to use it, but being that I did a different route yesterday, I had to use my GPS on my phone, so that sucks out extra battery. So I had to charge my phone while I was using my GPS, so my phone wouldn't go dead on me. So yeah. Before I forget, make sure you grab a knife. You know what I mean? A knife is very handy in a local business, man. We deal with a lot of pallets. It's good for you to, you know, to cut the plastic off. Trust me, doing it by hand doesn't work sometimes. Sometimes they wrap it like a Christmas gift, and there's so much wrap in there you can't even rip it apart. So make sure you always grab a knife. Make sure you have an extra set of tools available. Like I carry this on me at all times. That way I go out there, do my pre-trip knock on the tires with that, make sure they're not flat. But yeah, for the most part, I think we covered everything. And these just some things I picked up along the way. I can give you guys a few more tips and tricks. I keep trash bags in my truck. Use it for trash bags, or for trash. Normally, I keep the bags that my food come in, and I just hang it up right here and use it as a trash can. Boom, solves your problem right there. That way, after I sweep, clean up my truck, I got a bag to put it in. I tie it up, throw it in the dumpster after that. So these things are very important. I don't know that I'll be able to do my job without it, but what I do know is you're going to need it once you start locally. OTR have a version of this, but ours is a little different because, of course, we're local, so we need different things to get through the day with. So that's why I made this video. Oh, and before I forget, make sure you have a carrying bag. Like, I have a little briefcase that I keep all this in. I didn't bring it today. Shame on me, but you're going to need a briefcase, and I think you can buy that from a truck stop. That way you can carry all this stuff without, trying to juggle it all and stuff falling on the floor. You can just carry it, just a small carrier bag. Now, this isn't recommended, but I do have a scanner. So make sure you get one of those. Those aren't that expensive. I think mine was maybe $200, but you're going to be making thousands a week. So what's $200 when you're making 1,000? As long as you're budgeting your money right, and you're staying on task with stuff at your house, there's no reason for you not to be able to afford any of these things. Now, if you have to go get them one at a time, so be it. You're just going to have to do that. But I didn't get everything at once either, so no one's perfect. So make sure at the end of the day, you're checking your list off. And if it takes you a month or two, just make sure you're working towards that goal so you can be successful with this local truck driving gig. But my name is Trucker CB. I appreciate you guys for tuning in. If I missed something, if you didn't see something that you would like for me to put on the next video, comment below what that is. I know there's a ton of other stuff I may have missed. So don't point your finger at me. Just comment below what I missed, and I'll try to add it to the next video. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe to this channel. We're going to be covering a lot of important things this next coming week. So make sure you're tuning in and hit that notification bell so you can get all the videos firsthand. But Trucker CB, I'm signing off. I salute all my truckers. Y'all drive safe out there.